I think I'm live. I'm alive, but I don't know if I'm live. So, all right, I can't hear a thing here for some stupid reason. So, hopefully, I'm not muted. Let me just see. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, never mind. Cool. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sidetrack Sunday number 4 for the month of August 2021. It happens to be August the 22nd of 2021. What a day. What a weekend. All right, so let's see who we've got in the chat so far, and a fly just went past me. Oh man, let's see who all is in the chat, and it's only 13 people. I'm thinking that some folks didn't get the memo. I guess. Well, that's okay. Um, let's see. We've got Opa Dodge in the house. We've got Artie, which I just saw your video for the response to my call out. We've got Caboose 121. We've got Grandpa Rails in the house. We've got Joe Rader from the Black Rock Central. We've got Martin Sersma, Midsummer Rail N Scale, another Australian in the house, Greg. I believe that's who that is. We've got Mr. Rick Bailey, the tree. We got Ron Bryce, Roy Eltham, Santa Fe Bob, Sparky 107, Split Rock, 323. And let's see who else we've got. I'm sitting there messing with the wrong freaking mouse. I'm trying something a little bit different tonight, folks. I'm actually using my other PC that's now next to me at my new desk to actually run YouTube while I'm on StreamYard on the video editor so that I'm not tying up or killing the computer. And so far, that seems to be working because I know in the past that there was a little bit of a sync issue between when I was talking and my lips, and hopefully that isn't a problem this time. It might still be. I don't know. It looks like it's fairly close. I mean, I know in the past it was off for a little bit, and then it was eventually settle out. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, one thing is I don't hear myself. So well, I guess that's kind of a good thing. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's because of the fact that I've got two computers going here. So what's going on? I've now got 19 people. Woohoo! I don't know who else popped in while I was sitting here yapping away. I guess I have to go out and come back into the participants to tell me who all showed up. Or if there's anybody new. And that really didn't help. Okay, well, fine. Anyway, getting used to a different rig here, folks. As you know, I kind of went through and built a desk over against this back wall that's kind of in a little bit of a cubby area, I guess you could say. So, I mean, so far it's been working out very well as a work desk. As a video editing computer thing, well, that's still to be determined, I think. You know, I'm still messing with stuff. Eventually I'll get this thing, I think, the way I want it, but until then it's still a work in progress. So we've got, I think I did have a couple new people show up. We had Dragon Lover. I saw Rail Artist show up, and Dwight Curley is in the house. Let's see, who else did we have? I thought I saw something about My Life's Tracks is here too. Welcome aboard. Let's see who else we have. I think that pretty much covers the new folks. I hope. CP368 is in the house as well. All right. So, what have I got going on tonight? Well, unlike yeah, this is true, but that's always a work in progress. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Oh man. Shay's N Scale is in. Yes, Shay's N Scale is here. Welcome in. Unlike a lot of the other shows, tonight we actually do have a bit of a topic. I'm going to talk about how so far things have been running for the railroad as far as the operation sessions go. A lot of you that are in here that follow me know that I just got finished running yet another operating session. I'm still messing around with some things, and I know that there's a few people that are actually in here right now that are rather interested in how that all works, and I think I'm going to have some side conversations with at least one or two of them, because it'll be easier to talk about some of the more detailed stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of explain how I'm doing things. But before I get too much further, because I know that there is somebody else, and of course somebody's knocking down the basement door as always. You know how that goes. I'm not sure. Do I really want to bring this guy up here? I don't know. I don't know, man. All right. You know what? Hey, Rick, you may want to. Well, I can unmute you.
There we go. All right, there we go. You invited me. You're telling me you left the door open. I have an official invite over here.
The biggest thing of it is that you and I talked about this the other night. Sometimes it's just nice to have a sidekick, somebody that can sit there and watch the chat while you're going through your discussion. So, and I know that that's one of the things that you and I talked about, and it's one of the reasons why you're here to kind of help me out.
Appreciate it. Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Kind of help me out and keep me on task here for at least a little bit. Yeah, and I know I saw somebody. I think it was Santa Fe Bob, or that maybe it was Roy that said something about a topic. Oh, geez.
Steve 87 said, "Why do you keep letting him in?" Yeah, all right. Okay.
Well, we've still been asking ourselves that since the 20th of December. You've been promoted to Robin.
There you go. I'm Sideshow Bob. All right.
So anyway, don't. Hey, boo boo. No, I'm gonna go get me big name basket.
Sparky said, "If the tree is here, then where's the STS clown?" Sometimes I feel it's one and the same. If you ask me.
I was going to say, Sparky, which one of us clowns are you talking about? I think there's more than one.
So true. So true.
So, and I know that I noticed the other day when you were, or last Sunday when you were on Jason's live stream.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the Ashley Drew and Northern. Oh gosh, Heath's in the house. Is Heath in the house? I don't know if Heath's. Maybe they were just talking to Heath. Maybe they were saying he's the clown.
Oh, maybe he's the clown.
Maybe so. Well, no, because he's not here. He's skipping out on us tonight.
Ron Bright said, "The blind leading the blind." Here we go.
Huh? What did you say? Oh man. Anyway.
Oh, there's John too.
John is the normal one of the bunch, but we've been rubbing off on him.
So true. So true.
Speaking of John number 2, guess who just showed up? Speaking of the devil, his ears were burning. Hey, Dave from the Crooked River and Eastern is here. Thanks for calling me out there, buddy. Anyway, Rick, we were talking. You were up on the stream last week with Jason, and they were talking about the Ashley Drew and Northern, and I thought it was interesting because I could actually hear something that you said. It was something that you said or he said at one point. You just kind of was like, oh, wait a minute, yeah. So, and I think it harkens back to what I'm kind of touching on tonight, which is the whole operation thing. You know, being able to move rolling stock across your railroad in some sort of a prototypical or semi-prototypical fashion, whatever that may be. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I really wish I could have ran all 54 of them at the same time, but that wasn't going to work out. In fact, if you look over my shoulder, they're still on. Wait a minute, the other way. They're still on the layout. I never did get them all. Get them packed back away. Um, so anyway, Train Fam 120 is here. So for those that have been watching. One of the things that I've been doing, and of course, I kind of had some issues before we started the stream, and I'm not going to get into that, but one of the things that I've been working on is the car card system.
Okay.
And I actually do have printouts of what I've been doing, because I actually made these up myself years ago. I don't know how well it's going to show up. That is one car card. Of course, the road name, the car number, the type, and down to the bottom it says return empty too, which I never use. But what I've done, because you can actually go ahead and print out way bills, which I've also done, which are these guys, and you can put these, you fold these in half, and you can actually put them into the car cards. They actually have a pocket for it. Well,
okay. I was
one of the issues that I ran into
upside down, but that makes sense.
What's that?
I was confused as to why half of it was upside down, but now it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. What you do is you fold it in half, and it's unique, Rick, because what happens is, and I'll go over here to the A one, for instance. You've got, let's try that again. All right, so you've got waybill 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 down here, and when you actually fold these in half, you can actually rotate it and then flip it and then rotate it again, so it's a 4-cycle waybill. So you get 4. You can move the car to 4 different industries or 4 different areas on the layout before that waybill comes off of that particular piece of rolling stock. I believe Georgia Sunbelt is in the house, and so is Flying Crow. Hey, there's Manny Fernandez. Welcome aboard. So what it is you can actually use the waybills to be able to rotate a piece of rolling stock across your railroad to 3 or 4 different industries before it finishes its cycle. So in reality, you could use those along with the car cards to become a 5-cycle, because you have cycle 1, then cycle 2, then cycle 3, cycle 4, and then once it gets to cycle 4, you take the waybill out, and now it says return empty 2, and that would be the 5th cycle.
Okay.
So you could do it that way, or you could just keep, going 1 through 4. The issue that I ran into is that if I've got a boxcar that's sitting in Harrisburg, and it's going to go to the Atlantic Copper and Brass, that's cycle 1. From Atlantic Copper and Brass, the next cycle goes to Boebel Yard. So that's 2 cycles. From Boebel Yard, the next cycle would either go to Richmond or to Harrisburg.
Okay.
That's 3 cycles. The car's got no place else to go because now it's in one of the staging yards.
Gotcha.
And the other issue that I've got is if I've got a boxcar that's going to go from Harrisburg to Richmond on one of the through freights, it just goes Harrisburg to Richmond, and then on the next cycle, it goes from Richmond back to Harrisburg. So if I want to swap cars out, the waybills really don't help me right now. So what I've been doing is as my rolling stock, as a boxcar goes from wherever it's at to the next, let's just go ahead and we'll use the easy ones to start off with. When it goes from Harrisburg to Richmond, the incoming train, those cars go into the back of the car card shelves that I built out of the postal boxes.
Right.
The next train out has the car cards that are closest to the front. So that way they can continue to rotate through the system that way. And what happens is when you get to one of the locals, which I'm going to be changing things. Originally, I was with this last schedule, I was only running 1 local. I'm going to change that to 4. So I'm actually going to have one that's going to go Harrisburg across the layout to Boeville. And then there'll be another train that'll leave the continuation of that will leave Boeville and head to Richmond.
Okay.
Then a couple cycle or a couple schedule stops later, another train will come from Richmond to Boebel, and then another one will leave Boebel to hit Weikert Industrial before it goes to Harrisburg.
Okay.
So it's picking up. It's going to take cars out of Boebel, drop them at Weikert Hill or Weikert Industrial. The cars that are at Weikert Industrial will end up at Harrisburg. So yeah, it's like I said, it's that rotation, and that's where things really kind of got goofy for me
Okay.
because I was like this isn't going to. And when I sat there and tried to put it, I tried to put it into Excel to see if I could make heads or tails of it, and the more I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this ain't going to work.
So just a couple comments over here. Split Rock started off by saying most way bills are two cycle. It's tough to find 4 places.
Mm-hmm.
Sparky said, "Are we supposed to be paying attention to this, or is there like a test at the end later somewhere?" Tim from CP368 also said, generally they are 2 cycle life from loading from a point to a receiver and back, as long as the industry uses that car. So I'm not sure that your 4 cycle is going to work. Then again, I don't know a thing about operations, so I'm just learning by, mostly from you and Jason.
Right. No, and no, there won't be a test at the end of this, Sparky. I'm just trying to explain. Let's put it this way: there is a lot of folks out there that are running operations on their railroads, and a lot of them are using car cards and way bills. In fact, when I even had the 13-foot by 11-foot layout, one of the things that I had on there instead of just the car cards, I was only doing car cards, but I was also doing switch lists. So what I had was a card that listed out all the cars in the train and which cars were going to get dropped off, which cars were through cars, and which cars got picked up.
Okay.
So in other words, when it got to an industry, and if you remember going way back, I had a factory that sat in New Bolshide, and there was also a kind of a team track sat over there too, 2 box cars. So when a train left Boeville to feed that, it would pick up those 2 boxcars. It would take the 2 boxcars that it had in its train and drop them off. And then everything would go back to the yard because I only had the 1 yard at the time. And it was kind of ridiculous, but that's how it kind of worked out. But
sure. Shay from Shane's N Scale wants to know if you could put a slideshow together so that we could see all the points. And Steve 87 said a whiteboard would be nice.
Oh boy. You know what, Rick? I just got another knock on the basement door.
Oh boy. I don't even know who it is.
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've wanted him up here either, but
well, why not?
Yeah, Caboose 121 brings up a good point too. JMRI will do a lot of this.
Yeah.
My issue with JMRI was the last time I tried to put together a train on JMRI, it put in 3 cars and then it wouldn't let me move it. It wouldn't let me go anywhere with it. It kept coming up with an error saying you can't do that, and I'm like, what do you mean I can't do that? I'm trying to add more cars. So
I've heard of that issue, but it was a long time ago, and again, I wasn't doing operations, so I didn't pay attention to it or what the fix was. But I think that might have been a JMRI glitch.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, Batage. And then right behind that, we get this one from Steve.
Oh, jeez.
I don't have to worry about the passengers getting mad because those trains are already those are scheduled trains. They go from Richmond to Boeville, from Boeville to Harrisburg, or the vice versa. I mean, those are fine. It's the freight trains that are causing me grief. Oh, geez.
Depends on the
I think that was in relation to this one.
Oh
my gosh.
That's
If he
true.
stops inviting them, they won't knock on the basement door. Well, yeah, this is true. This is true, Shay. Oh man.
Passengers go to the paper mill. Oh wait, that's just Rick and his family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Question: does the operation session mean a different day or just the next 8 to 12 hours? Well, and that's another issue, because with the way things work out, the schedule is actually broken into two parts. There's the first, quote unquote, the first 12 hours, and then there's the second 12 hours. Well, the first 12 would probably be an odd cycle, and then the second 12 would be an even cycle. So in the middle of an operating session, you're going to have to cycle all the, if you were actually doing way bills, you'd have to cycle the way bills. I know a lot of folks, what they do is they do 4 cycle way bills, but it's 1 cycle per day. So if you did, if you had an operating session and you did today, for instance, then the next time you have an operating session over, you're on the cycle 2 and it's whatever that day is. So, it depends on how folks are doing it. So, oh boy. Was anyway. There's some interesting things going on in the side chat. I don't really know if I want to know. There used to be a restaurant up here that was apparently very similar to Hooters. It was called the Tilted Kilt.
Oh yeah, we had one of those in King of Prussia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
One of the guys I used to work with called it the Kill the Tilt.
Split Rock says Hooters will not serve you enough alcohol to let you think you have a chance with a Hooters girl. And Lynn asks, how do you know about that, Split Rock?
So anyway, but that's basically, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with the whole operating system or the sessions now. And Georgia Sunbelt says there's still one down in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, nice. Well, we found our next train meet.
Oh, jeez. You said... Oh boy. Okay, wait a minute. What's Split Rock got here? Different days of operation allow you to equal out the cars going on and off event. This is true. This is true. I mean, then that's one of the things that I'm being mindful of. And now that I know it's rather, to me, it was rather interesting because when I finished up the last operating session, I actually had 2 pieces of rolling stock that were basically in the wrong yard.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everything that I've got, I think it was one of my transition cars and one 50-foot box car that were basically put 1 yard over where it should have been. So it was like, well, that was pretty good. So I went ahead and just manually moved them to the opposite yard. So now everything's evened back out again. But I can see that going forward, it's not going to work that way. So, yeah, I figured that, Sparky. That stinks. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait until May of next year, buddy. So
I thought they just said they opened the Canadian border.
I had no idea.
So I heard on the radio, I forget what band it is, but apparently it was real big that this band is going up to Canada to do like the very first show since COVID.
Maybe you can go north, you just can't come south.
Oh,
I don't know. It's interesting that you mentioned that, Steve. I've got a bunch of that was one of my other hobbies for a while. I collected die casts for NASCAR until I basically gave up on professional sports as a whole. But I've actually got some stuff. If there is a video on my channel that talks about that collection of stuff. So anyway, let me go ahead and bring this other person up here, Rick. That
He's still waiting.
yeah, they're still they haven't gone away.
Oh my
I
gosh!
don't know what he wants, but
Hey!
Oh, I was just going to have some of this.
Oh man!
no.
God, you caught me at the wrong time, man. I wasn't ready.
It would have been even funnier if you were sitting there like this.
Oh, wait. Hair and makeup. Let's see.
Or tap
Do I
down
look
the
good?
chair, one or the other.
Oh my gosh. CP368. The border hasn't kept the geese out.
Well, Sparky can always go fly into Mexico and then just come up through the southern border.
I was going to say that would be the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be the way to do it.
Go to Bermuda and then come back.
Yeah, just come back through that way.
So anyway, and Santa Fe Bob, it's something.
Santa Fe Bob got it. Yeah. The bridge guy in the house. All right.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured, Rick, I was keeping this with a surprise. I had actually been talking to JD off on the side.
Oh man. Here we go. Stuck in the middle with you. Oh, geez. What'd you get me into?
So anyway, for those that have been wondering, and first off, we actually, it wasn't just me talking to these two. I was actually talking to the STS guys as well, because if you all remember, this time last year is when we actually started both Sidetrack Sunday and the bridge build.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think the bridge build was already in progress by the time we did the first show, which Grandpa had so much fun with.
Yeah.
So, anyway, basically, hey Nancy. So anyway,
yeah, 6 feet apart. Yeah, we're 6 feet apart.
It's more like 6 degrees of separation. Oh, jeez.
You guys
oh wait, I don't have one of those.
Pilot the bombardier. Pilot the bombardier.
Oh.
So anyway, you know, we had talked about this, you know, when we finished up the bridge build. What was it, in October or September of last year?
Yeah.
That we were going to try and do a build of some sort. Well, we have, the three of us have been trying to catch up with each other off and on all summer long.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you're right, JD. I think we actually started talking back in January, and we haven't, between schedule conflicts, vacations, work issues, we just have not been able to touch base for any more than 2 minutes at any one given point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The worst part of it is, and I mentioned this to to these two about 2 weeks ago, I've got a major project going on at work. For the next month and a half, I'm basically working night shift.
Oh.
So my time at the bench or even down here is going to be extremely limited.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, no.
It's gonna be so the reality.
Wheels are turning.
That's an idea.
Hojos. Yeah. There's a few of us in here that are probably old enough to remember a Hojo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And train fans saying we all hope. Man, this is a twisted group, I swear.
Things working right now.
JD, where's that great shirt you had on Friday? What were you?
Oh, I had, Robert. Yeah, I was wearing Robert's shirt.
Ah,
Oh.
I'm just hoping that Robert wasn't in it when you were wearing it.
No, 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 no.
so when Ray says he's working the night shift, he really means Hooters.
You're right. Don't I wish? No, reality is. Oh, Jack's in.
Jack.
Yeah, what's going on, Jack?
So
Yes, God help us all.
no, basically, really, what it is I've did that. In fact, I had one I just worked this past Thursday where it was midnight. I got done at what was it, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm only supposed to work 8 hours, so I just stayed in, and actually I took an hour breakfast, and then I went back in and listened in on the video meeting that we had that morning, and then I went to bed. But I've basically got that coming up this Tuesday, again on Friday. There's a possibility I might have another one Wednesday. It's just not conducive to getting anything done.
No,
other than work. But this project that I've got's actually been going on for about 3 years now, and we actually had some issues with some equipment over the summer, and the upper management got a hold of the fact that we still had the old stuff out there, and they're like, "Why is this stuff still there?" And it's like, "Well, that's because you kept switching gears on us. So now we've got to get rid of it. Now they're forcing us to get rid of it." And of course, this time of year for us is when all heck breaks loose. Everybody's trying to get everything done before the end of the fiscal year so they don't lose the budget.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yep.
all of our normal overnight guys are already booked. So there's nobody else to run it. It's like, I guess it's going to be me.
You got to spend that money
so
get appropriated for the next year.
That's it.
Yeah.
So basically that's where I'm at. Now, we, the three of us, had been talking about, and of course, when we did the last build, when we did the bridge build, we were talking about in the future we were going to try to include some other folks. And is it you, JD, or was it Rick that actually found that kit that was in multiple scales? That thing from what was it, DPM?
That was me.
Okay. What's interesting with the DPM thing that Rick found, then if nobody, that's Divine, that's design preservation, is it was a modular system, so we could build anything, which to a point works out great for me because I still have to build the warehouse in Boebel. The only issue with that is I think I'd have to buy like 3 kits to be able to build that building.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, this is kind of the wrong time of year to be spending that kind of money on something like that.
Right.
Of course, unless I bought one kit and built one floor. Wait until things build back up and come back and build up the second floor and then come back and build the third. But, that was one idea. I know we had talked about the possibility of maybe trying to find something that a few of us could build, that again, maybe the three of us don't necessarily need it on our layouts, but if we built it just stock, it's flat stock, we could for Christmas be able to do a giveaway if we didn't necessarily want to keep it ourselves. That was another option. So we're going to have to go back and see what we can work out and find something, because now we're talking about the fact that we're almost in September, unfortunately, to find something that we can get done in fairly short fashion. So I don't know if we're going to find that, number one. Number two, finding maybe 1 or 2 other folks in either N scale or even S or O scale. Or
more scales.
That would want to, jump in with us. Manny Fernandez, what about trees?
What about trees? Sparky's already claiming the prize. He wants to know if he won already.
Yeah, 25. Hey, John, are you still in here? Can you start counting? Oh, man. Trees would be nice. Just ordered 60 trees.
Wow.
He's got a bunch of Ricks going to his layout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all know what a reunion is.
Yeah. I think Vinny's got a bunch of Ricks going to his layout from Bob's long shadow trees. So
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I saw Anthony's response to the Hopper challenge. That was freaking great.
Oh yeah, wasn't it?
I missed it. I got to go back and find it.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Oh, brother. Anyway, you missed mine. What about what is this? Steel mail? You could divide and conquer. I think he meant steel mill.
Steel mill.
I really don't have any place for a steel mill right now.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to build, but yeah. So, anywho, but yeah, I mean,
I know where that reference is from.
And pat it, and what
And
you're
pat
gonna
it,
call it
and
Rick,
hold
and
it,
not George?
Call it Rick.
What are we doing now, George?
Yes. That's creepy.
Hey, William from New Fenris is in the house.
Hey William, how you doing?
That's creepy, Sparky.
My chair sunk down on me. It sure did.
JD's got that sinking feeling.
Yeah. Been torpedoed.
You sunk my battleship. Oh man, the creepy 013. How rude when work gets in the way of the hobby. Yeah,
Right,
ain't that the
yeah.
truth? The only thing of it is you kind of need the job to be able to pay for the hobby.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of
Unless it's a Hooters.
oh no.
Hooty hoo.
Oh my gosh. See, I told everybody there'd be similarity tonight.
Yeah, well, I guess, yeah, Hooters. All right. Yeah, we'll have to build a Hooters. Yep.
See, the thing of it is, and Rick's been down to Ocean City, Maryland, and he'll know what I'm talking about. There is a restaurant on Ocean Highway, about on, I think it's like 70th or 80th Street. Maybe it's a little bit higher. It's got a chicken for its logo.
Right.
It's called Big Peckers.
Yes, Big Peckers. Yes. Yes.
I think JD knows where this is going. I've always thought it'd be great if they put a Hooters next to the Big Peckers.
Yes. I was going to say I'm very familiar with Big Peckers, but I'm going to refrain from that one.
Oh, that's the only one of those restaurants I've ever seen is down in Ocean City, Maryland. I haven't seen it.
Probably one of a kind.
Yeah, it has to be.
But I was thinking about that. I may have to do that on the layout at some point. If I can find one of put a Hooters and a Big Peckers side by side. What the hey? Sorry. Now that we're definitely sidetracked. Nancy, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What did I miss here? Anthony dodged them out. Now that's a great idea. Some of us are stuck creating our own dream hooters. Okay. Train fan 120. You should definitely do that. Oh. And it's odd because I mean that restaurant they it's basically American fare. It's burgers and hot dogs and French fries and that's what they sell. But I don't know, and chicken obviously. But I just don't know who came up with the idea for that restaurant.
And it's been there for a long time.
Oh
obviously.
Yeah. It's been there for probably a good 30 to 40 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, the thing of it, the other wild thing was, JD, is there used to be 2 huge buffet restaurants down there. One was called the Bonfire. The other one was called Embers.
Embers is still there.
No, Embers went out of business. They sold out.
Oh, really?
The Bonfire is still there.
Oh. I could have sworn I said
Yeah. The Bonfire is still there. The Embers golf course is still there, but the restaurant's gone.
That's what I'm thinking of. Okay,
yeah,
I know I saw the name.
Yeah, the mini golf is still there. They didn't. Apparently, whoever bought the restaurant didn't want the golf course. They just wanted the restaurant. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
We have a blast on a mini golf course. Jeez.
Well, we can't unload the lumber on the main and use a side track. Jeez.
Okay, who said there were 2 Hooters on eBay? Because there's only one left now. These guys are already running eBay looking for Hooters.
I suggested that if you guys want to build contests, you could scratch build and the group picks the topic. Oh, brother. Yeah, I could see that going all sorts of sideways. But it's funny, Anthony. You Opadod, you mentioned something about that, but we had actually thought about that too. We were going to go through Walthers and pick a couple of kits that were in multiple scales, or multiple gauges, and put it out there and see what everybody thought. The problem was we couldn't find the same kit in multiple scales.
No.
That's the hard part. Yeah, that's the hard part.
So that kind of tanked on us. So,
Of course, I want to build the O scale kit because I got to have the biggest one.
Always, here you go. Always gotta go with being the biggest one. What the hell? Sounds like you're really trying to hide something there. What are you trying to make up for?
Listen. I got to compete with all these big peckers. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh no, Anthony! If that
is that the only way the Hooters
would be made? Yeah, that's the reason why I said no. We're not having the group pick anyway.
Oh yeah, wait, group thing. You better be. Yeah, I gotta be careful.
No, what's this? What is so? You have a way bill for a reefer of chicken wings going to the Hooters way.
Oh yeah. So this
side of beef.
This is the Hooters episode. So.
Side of beef. We're wondering the same thing, Opa Dodge. Oh my gosh.
Rick also trying to big pickup. Yeah.
Wait, wait a minute. Oh boy.
Listen. This is that one time when I can point this all back at chat because you're all the ones who said I got wood. I'm just saying. not me talking. I'm just pulling all, one way or another. This is
pulling all
all
the
going to
wood?
come back to the beginning. This is all started by y'all.
Joe Rader, this is
Yeah,
absolutely
John.
true.
Yeah.
Shepherd Pratt, here we come.
Oh. Yeah, John 26:18. You came at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Whoa.
I'm not even going to put that one up there.
No. Mountain oysters? Mountain oysters?
No. The one that Shays Enscale just put up there.
Yeah, I know. I'll just say mountain oysters. And everybody knows what those are.
Hey, Ray. I got a request to ask you if you could change the layout of the screen to put us all in 3 squares.
What's that?
There's been a Canadian request to see if you could put all of us in 3 squares. Apparently, it's hard for the Northerners to see.
Oh,
there you
go.
Well, we were square.
I don't think we've ever been square.
Yeah, just look at the bridge.
Hey! Wait.
Oh, Steve. Yeah, that's a good one, Steve.
About the tree suit. I doubt it, Split Rock.
Rick probably won't like it, but
Rick said that small.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, Sparky. I no. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Now they need a 4th. Oh my God.
You need to cut more wood to power the stream. Oh boy. Oh, I knew this was going to go nuts, and it did.
Yep. Pine nuts.
Pine nuts, yeah.
Why me? Oh, anyway.
Well, you're a year into it now, Ray. Any regrets?
To be perfectly honest, I was sitting here thinking about this the other night because I was like, man, I cannot believe that the 3 of us did that bridge build or started that bridge build real close to a year ago. We're getting ready to start the Sidetrack Sunday. And that first episode was the first Sunday in September. That would have been John that started it off for us. But again, when I started the live streaming in 2020, I had no idea by August of last year or even September of last year that I would be a part of the community that we've got.
Yeah.
And we talked about this when we were doing the premieres for the bridge build. If we would have known how well received that was going to be, having another person up there and another would have made it even further.
Yeah.
But, the bottom line, we weren't sure how it was going to work. We really weren't. And even for me, for Sidetrack Sunday, I went back and I started looking at the folder for live streams in 2020, and I was doing 3-4 streams a week at one point before I was like, this is just way too much. I can't keep this up. I was just going live just for the sake of going live because it was like, well, this is something new. This is cool. So I just kept turning, go live. And it just got to be too much. It just, I mean, it was great because of the fact that we were of the time that we were in. I mean, I think a lot of people came in and they enjoyed being a part of when I was doing Maintenance Monday or whatever else that was going on. But to be honest, I mean, it was like I said at the end of last year, I would have never guessed that I would have been a part of what I was beginning to become a part of, and now this year, a year later, knowing how well received both sides are. And I mean, yeah, this is Sidetrack Sunday for a reason. We either we don't have a topic or the topic gets sidetracked in a hurry. Now, I know John does a pretty good job John number 2 from Skull Kill does a really good job of trying to stay on task, which is great. I think his maybe Heath's from time to time and maybe even Jason's from time to time stay on task for a better part of it. Mine and Rick's, on the other hand,
nah,
nope.
Just like you, I'm here for the show.
No, and to be honest, and Rick and you and I talked about this on the Sidetrack Sunday streams before. It's the chat that we kind of let run with it.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't get too far out of hand. Which in some cases it has. But, for the most part, it's all in good fun.
I like Anthony's comment. STS has been a Sunday staple in our living room since the beginning. Yes.
Yay. All right.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Oprah Dodge. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But, and that's right. I mean, it's... And one of the other things that even Oprah Dodge I thought was hilarious, and of course I was at one point in time, I'm like, I cannot believe he showed that to his family. And that was the holiday show where he said the whole family was watching for 3 hours. Apparently, they were watching that show, and that's great. That's great. You got whoever here it is. You've got folks that aren't even model railroaders that are sitting here watching us goofballs up here make just be ourselves. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I hate to say maybe even like me, the idiot that I am, but that's beside the point. But it is. I mean, it's. Yeah, well, yeah. Artie is. Well, you know what? We know that things are going to be okay because Artie's in the future for us already. So
there you go.
Him and Greg from Midsummer. Tomorrow is already here for them.
Oh, that's true. All right, we get to make it to another day.
Yeah. Is that good or bad? But I mean but that's great. I mean, and trust me. I mean, and you guys remember when we were doing the Father's Day show, and we were told Jason was talking about, or Amanda was saying about the fact that she goes and he's in there watching YouTube on the smart TV, which is the same thing that I'm doing because when I get that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So folks that haven't seen a comment from me, it's not that I'm not watching. I'm watching, but I can't comment on the smart TV because there's no way to bring up a keyboard. So I have to keep it in my brain to come back down here the next morning and go, oh yeah, that's right. I need to comment on that video.
Right.
So, hey, Wicked Insanity's in the house.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
What are you doing?
So, but I mean, that's the thing. I mean, with everything that's going on, I think just having the comic relief, has been a big help to a lot of folks. And, it's, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I now sit back and wish that we would have recorded some of those late night sessions that we had off to the side after. I kid you not, folks. We used to sit here and we did our build, during the week, and then I think it was like that Saturday we would get together, we would get on the stream, and we would record 45 minutes to an hour of what was going to go on the on the premiere. And then after we stopped recording, StreamYard stays up and we just sat and talked for 3 hours. And, it was hilarity. It was, whoever popped in from, my kids coming in the basement to, JD's grandkids and comments off the wall. And oh man,
Yeah.
it was just so fun.
Yeah, and they were begging me to close the garage door because it was dark out there and they wanted to go to bed. And,
Yeah, I'm sitting there over there. You can see right there. There's a window and it's dark. You look over JD's right shoulder and there's bright sunshine. This ain't fair. This 3-hour time zone shift sucks.
It does in a lot of ways. It does.
And that was
go ahead.
Our coordination.
That was the other funny part. So when I'm modeling, having the 3 young kids, after getting them to bed, it's like 9:30 before everything gets settled down. And it's at that point that I get to model and I got to do, sit down at my bench and work through the night. So me and JD are sitting there and we're texting back and forth on different ideas and things that we're doing. And meanwhile, Ray's sitting there going, I need to get some sleep. And the phone's just going,
Yeah.
I told you there was a couple of nights where I went to bed before the wife came in, and I'm sitting there. I just about turned the TV off, and I hear ding, 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 and she's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "It's the bridge guys. It's Rick and JD going back and forth." She says, "Isn't it time for bed?" I said, "For Rick it is." I said, "Not for JD. He's got another 3 hours to go."
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, we just had, that was a lot of fun. We definitely need to do it again. It's just going to be finding something that we can bring somebody else into the fold and all be on the same page and actually be able to build something that we either can use or that we could give away. And we're going to have some more discussions on that, and we'll figure it out. Hey, Mr. Pictovit is in the house.
All right.
And so is Dave. I just happened to catch that Dave BNSF scale is in the house as well. That's a tongue twister.
Easy, yeah. I was going to say easy for you to say.
Apparently it wasn't.
I have to agree with what Dave says, though. He says, sucks worse for us guys out west because you guys get up too early.
That was the funny thing. If anybody remembers Rick talking about the fact that, he'd be up late night talking to JD, but he'd get up the next morning and be like, no, I'm not going to text JD because he's still sleeping. So it was okay for him to interrupt me, but he wasn't going to interrupt JD.
Oh,
it's like,
you're
okay.
so right. You're so right. I did say that. Yep.
I appreciate that, but I did hear a few early morning dings.
Oh my gosh.
Sparky says, funny, when JD meets up with me at Vinny's, he goes to bed way longer before I do.
Well, we all know that Johnny Fever needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah. Gee, how do you think I keep up like this?
It hasn't worked for me. Act sane.
Not here.
Never. Not in my vocabulary.
Yeah, you're right.
What is this here? Creepy something is going on near the steelworks. There was a lot of sirens heading over there. Oh, that's not good. Hey, Dwayne's Working Spoon is in the house. Welcome aboard, Dwayne.
Hey,
Haven't seen you in a while, buddy.
Doing?
I hope everything is all right with you. So, but yeah, I mean, it's exactly, Sparky. That's exactly what act. No, this is normal. I've said it before. I've said it before. I'm normal. It's the rest of the world that's screwed up.
This is my world. I just let you guys live in it.
Oh my gosh. So
marching band. I remember doing those, Dwayne. I had 2 kids that were in the marching band. I actually kind of miss those competitions going because these kids, man, they pour their hearts out when they do these routines and stuff on the field. And then when they have their concerts, it's awesome. I miss going to those.
You know, my dad used to follow the DCI years ago, the Drum Corps International.
Yeah.
When there used to be one based out of Maryland, it was called the Yankee Rebels, and that was back in the 50s and 60s. I don't think they're around anymore. I think they went under. But I remember seeing those. My mom had them up on, God rest her soul, had them up on PBS quite a few years ago. And I was amazed at some of the stuff that they pulled off. It was ridiculous. Yeah. That was ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, the Phantom Regiment and the Phantom Regiment, the Cavaliers, the Bluecoats. There were quite a few of them. I mean, every once in a while they'll show up on YouTube, but
yeah.
I've always been a fan of drum and bugle or bagpipes. Even we used to have we used to have a National Guard area that was up the street from us, and every once in a while the local bagpipes would get together and they would go up there and practice, and it was just that to me is so cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Picto, I'm watching that.
Ray
oh boy. Anthony Opadaji had 2 in marching band, the 3rd went to orchestra. Okay. Yeah. I was never musically inclined enough to be in any of that stuff. Love to listen to it.
Just a flute player and a trumpet player.
I guess that would say that he could probably toot his own horn, huh?
Oh, because they're all mine kids were girls. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, JD. I know it's like dealing with one.
Yeah. Three was quite the challenge.
I heard Rita used to play the flute at Hooters.
Sure it wasn't a piccolo?
He did not go there. They did not just go there.
Oh. Delete the show when it's over.
Oh, brother. Exactly, John 26:18. Wow. Jeez. Oh. Somebody was talking about it. How can you tell if a bagpipe is out of tune? And of course, Badaj was like, "Oh, you can tell." Oh, yeah, you can. I tell you what, the other thing I was a fan of, girls, we're way off topic again, but the other thing I was a real fan of too at one point, and still am, is the Irish music.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what, Shay? We don't know. And that Sparky didn't go there
either, did he? Yeah, Shay, I'd say you're probably right.
I like John 26:18. I guess the after hour show just started. Yeah. We're past 9 o'clock. We're good.
At least on the East Coast.
Yeah, gee, it's still early here.
Wait
But
a
be
minute.
careful.
Wait a minute. There we go. Now we can do that.
I see how you are.
We'll just have to tape the layout for
wait.
JD.
Here, I'll make you feel better. I'll make you feel better.
He's gonna close the blinds. Oh God!
There, how's that? Does that make you feel better?
There you go.
Oh my God!
You know what? It doesn't make me feel better. So you know.
He got depressed real quick.
I gotta have my sunshine.
At least he isn't seeing smoke, because this time last year he was seeing smoke.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all up north right now. So.
Oh. Yeah, I saw a video earlier today, and I didn't know. I figured that they had them, but I didn't realize that the Burlington Northern Santa Fe apparently has a fire train.
Yeah.
Where they've got tank cars that carry foam, or they actually have water, and then the chemical. We used to call it, when I was in the service, we used to call it AFFF. It was aqueous film forming foam, and basically what it did is that foam literally laid on top of the water, and it kept the fire from spreading. Well, you were in the service too, JD. You probably you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
For fuel fires, but they've got something similar that they were using on their tracks and on the vegetation around the tracks. They were literally spraying this stuff all over. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder if anybody out there actually makes a model of a fire train. I don't think I've ever seen one.
That would be something really, that would be something unique to have on a layout. You know, that's not something that I've ever seen anybody model anything like that.
Yeah, literally they had a caboose with two nozzles on the back of it that actually, sprayed out the side. They also had fire hoses and things of that nature that they could use as well. But yeah, it was just really unique to see this. There was like two locomotives, like 4 or 5 tank cars, and then this caboose.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen any. Now Opadaj is saying he thinks the German model companies have made them. I didn't know that. I know I've seen a tank car with one of those fire nozzles on top of it, like you would see on a fireboat. But I don't think I've ever seen anything like this video that I saw earlier today. It was different. The fire train is awesome. I've just never seen it. I've never seen anything like that. It was just really. Oh, and Lynn's saying that there's one parked up on Tehachapi.
Gee, I'll have to get back over there and pay that a visit.
Neat. Joe Rader's saying that Roundhouse had one years ago.
Yeah.
But like I said, I never thought you don't think about the reality. But I guess I'm so used to the East Coast railroads, which, for the most part, they go through major metropolitan areas.
Right.
The biggest issue that we had years ago was a derailment that happened underneath of Baltimore City that burned for, I don't know, that Joe Wright might remember, if he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that burned for like 3 or 4 days. Because of like I said, it derailed in underneath in one of the tunnels under the city and stopped traffic for almost a month or longer.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about forest fires or wildfires, but you just don't think about out west. They're going through areas where there's nobody. There's no roads.
Exactly.
There's no houses. It's all forest. The Howard Street Tunnel. Yeah, that was it, Joe. Yep. So, and I tell you, that's one of the other, and maybe somebody can explain this one to me. What is the whole purpose between the low ram rail grinder? I don't understand what you would think you'd want to keep the rails as thick as you possibly could. I don't understand what the purpose of that thing is. So if somebody can answer that one.
58 off ramp east, Hatchby by the Loves. Oh, okay. I'll have to remember that next time I get over that way.
I was going to say, how far is that from you, JD?
It's just a little over 2 hours away. If I go that way, because if I go up to leave here on the 126 and hit the 5 and go up north, I can go to Bakersfield that way, or I can go the 126 over and take a back road in there. I think it's 58, and I come in through Mojave and back in through the backside where you come in through the windmill farm. There's another solar farm in there and stuff, and then you come into the town of Tehachapi, come in through by it's like a back way in. I'd call it a back way in anyway. And you come in there and get into town, and there's the train depot, museum and stuff, and it's a pretty cool little town. And I meet up with Bob over there from Long Shadows Model Trees, and he took me to some spots because he used to work for Caltrans over there. That was his spot, and he lives in Tehachapi. So he got to know a lot of the rail crews and stuff. So he has some secret places that you can go to that he's allowed to get into, because he knows people. And we went over there and caught some trains and a lot of different cool spots, So I need to get back over there and visit him too and do this.
Yep. Ray, look at Sparky's comment.
Yeah, I was getting ready to get to that. David Atkins apparently showed up here at one point in time, too. Welcome aboard, David. He was saying that the rail grinding trains have tanks of foam for firefighting. They can be pressed into service to fight fires, too. I know I've seen on Virtual Railfan when the low rams go through, they've got water spraying behind them to make sure that the sparks that those things create don't start a fire.
I've seen some of those videos where they've had to go back and actually fight a fire.
Yeah. And Sparky was saying what they do is they're taking the burrs off the rails and flat spots, and then CP368 said it profiles the railhead for better performance on the wheels. That makes now it makes more sense. I get you. I can understand the flat spots and the burrs and things of that nature. That's pretty cool. And then Possum Bayou, welcome aboard, was talking about that he once saw a car made from an old steam tender because the plants take over everything. Yeah, I've seen railroads make some unique cars or pieces of rolling stock out of old decommissioned stuff to fight weeds, plants,
That's funny, Split Rock.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. Oh, brother, let me jump down here. What did Split Rock?
There you go.
That was good. Okay, you got me.
Sparky said a weed train. What are you smoking, Rusty?
Pennsylvania Northwestern Railway is in the house. Welcome aboard.
All right.
Let's see. Steve 87 Warehouser also had a train for their properties for fighting. Then that makes perfect sense. I mean, that's their lifeblood.
Right.
If you have a forest fire where you're supposed to be moving wood out, that's not a good thing. Oh. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I was years ago. My nephew, my wife's nephew, plays baseball and was up in Cooperstown for a tournament.
Oh, nice.
And they have the Charlotte Valley Railroad up there, and they actually talked about their Jordan spreader, and they actually modified their Jordan spreader to and Rick's laughing at that, but it's literally they use it. They use it for moving snow out of the way, but they had actually modified this one for getting all of the vegetation away from the tracks. They actually had it for vegetation control during the summer, and then during the winter they used it for moving snow off the tracks.
Makes
so
sense.
that was pretty unique. We actually got to see how that operated. That was really cool. That and the side dump car, I guess it was like a Diffco ballast car. They actually showed how that operated as well. That was pretty cool. Oh no! And I think that's where Rick was headed. Oh man,
Thomas, man, you killing me.
I was going with Steve's. I was heading where Steve went. Thanks, Steve. Better you said it than me.
Sparky ordered the Jordan spreader at Hooters one time.
Someone made a comment earlier that said G is great, O is ordinary, HO is for Hooters.
I saw that. I saw that one.
Oh boy. What did Rusty come up with? Anyway. Oh man, here we go. MTH man operating side dump car in G scale. I've got two side dump car, but they're both log. Well, one of them was supposed to be a pipe car, the other one's a log car. Sorry, Rick.
Hey.
I thought Double D was for Hooters.
Oh, jeez. Are we talking about what? Okay. I think I know what that reference was now. Okay. I got it. Never mind. Never mind.
Hard to pop off past that one. No, God.
You better hope the heck that doesn't have a hot box.
Listen, if the weed train catches fire and we all stand near it, we'll get the munchies and go to Hooters.
Stick around, folks. You have no idea where this show may go. As we all get banned from YouTube.
That's only if Rita starts playing the piccolos.
On the pipe car.
Okay, Sparky, I bet you were the one that ordered that Hooters.
Split rock. Anybody remember the Boebels and car carts? Neither do I.
Oh God, that was like an hour ago. We were talking about that when I joined in.
No, officer, Rita didn't say anything about a waybill.
Oh boy. Oh God, Rusty. Oh jeez.
My gosh.
Oh, Strasser.
Sparky, yeah, I told you there better not be a test at the end.
Yeah, just one that you pee in a cup for.
I don't know if I can pay my. Yes, Artie, you're probably right.
Yeah.
but we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun doing
Who?
it.
Us? Nah. We're innocent.
I don't know who the heck you're talking about, JD.
No humping sign.
I always have to laugh when I see those cars that have that silent "Do not hump." Until I learned about hump yards, I always laughed about that. I'm like, what the heck are they doing with those cars? Roy Eltham.
Up in smoke, that's where the show always goes.
Oh, brother. Oh, I needed that. Anyway. Yeah, no one is innocent. No one. Rick R. If there's a test, there better be a cheat sheet.
They're on race car cards.
Yeah. You have to go back to the beginning to catch the answers.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Oh my
God.
Oh no.
Rick doesn't need a no humping sign, at least. Dogs do other things to him.
Yeah, ain't that true? Ain't that true?
Oh,
fertilizer.
That's a good one, Tim.
Rusty. Hey, I've got one. I could do that. I'll let the one above that one from Artie. Yeah, sure. You were guilty of that. Yeah. Open dodge. The staple self-destruct. Oh goodness!
You just exceeded the yard.
No, Manny. No, there's no cliff notes. We went off the cliff.
We've exceeded the yard limit.
I'll see what my cousins can do. Oh Lord. Oh. Hey Rick, going back to your bridge. Did you ever get it to where you won't hit it inadvertently come up too quick and hit the thing and knock it apart?
So I'm like halfway there. I was actually going to explain this next week. I got the one side working where it's powered.
Okay.
And I'm able to lift the bridge out and put it back in and still have it powered. And I don't have to do anything special with it. The other side where the rails connect, when I put it back in, I have to fidget with them to get it lined up correctly. So I've got to do some work with the cork that's under there and the track that's there. The problem is, and I didn't think about this when I built the damn thing, the way that the incline comes up on both sides, the inclines come up and then they meet the abutments. The problem is the bridge is flat. So the track coming off the bridge is this way, and then
it's going like that.
Right. So I got it. I have to level
the coupler to,
right.
Yeah.
So it worked fine when I had the rail joiners on there. It worked fine because I was able to have the rails. The joiner was straightening the rail, and it was fine. But of course, I wanted to make the thing removable. So by doing that, I had to put in those pieces of track that I showed you before that you solder onto the end, and they kind of have those funky little meetup points like that.
Right. Yeah.
But now I'm back to where this side is flat and this side is like that. And so I have to play with the cork and build this up.
I was going to say you could put a shim in there.
Yes. Yep.
What I've done is taken foam and took that little rasp, little yellow rasp I have, and just kind of take a piece of foam and just shave it down and kind of shim it up. Because I had to do that on, I had to actually do that on both of the bridges because I ran into that same problem.
So what I originally did, if you remember back when we built the bridge, I left the track at 36 inches.
Right.
So the track was this long, but the bridge was only 27.
Right.
So I had a lot of extra rail on the ends.
Yeah.
Which made this project worse because now the track itself is way off like this, and the incline is down here. So what I decided to do was I cut the track back to the size of the bridge. So I made it shorter, and I'll never admit that again. That's the first time you're ever going to hear it. So now the track ends where almost where the bridge does. I think it comes out about maybe, yay big. And then from there, like I said, did you meet her at Hooters? On the one side, I was able to even out the cork and make it flat so that I could make the bridge abutments, where the abutment is and the track is, it's completely flat now. And I was able to use the copper tape to put on the underside of the track with a feeder wire going up, and I'm able to get power to that. And then I just have to work on the other side to get it straight. But luckily, because I'm powering it on one end, I don't have to do it on the other end. So I just have to make the other end straight, and I don't have to worry about the power part of it. So
gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't really worried. I wasn't wondering about how you got it powered. I was wondering if you'd figured out how to keep from knocking it out of place when you have to crawl under it.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So my problem is not so much the bridge. The bridge is actually 4 inches higher than that other section that I had to put the drop down in.
Right.
I can make it under the bridge. I have no problem going under the bridge. The reason that I wanted to make the bridge removable is because now that we're starting scenery. So how's it?
Hi, Nissy. I'm sorry you're late, but you'll have to talk to your husband about that.
Oh boy. Anyway.
So making it under the bridge was not necessarily an issue. If I was careful, I could make it under. My problem was working in that space once I got under there. If I turned the wrong way and I hit the bridge would be back in pieces in a box. So I wanted to make it removable because now that we're doing scenery, we're all over the damn place between me and John. There's not enough room for both of us to move around. So while we're working on it, Rick, is that U.S. inches or English inches? It was yay big. I didn't.
No, it's the one fisherman that was this big.
Now he's a fisherman. He's telling fishing stories. Well, it was this big.
It's the one-armed fisherman, JD. It was this big.
It was only like that.
Oh, brother.
So I can make it under the bridge without knocking it over. I was concerned that my kids would knock it over. But like I said, when I'm working in there, now I have the ability to remove the bridge and, work all around it, do scenery and whatnot, and it wouldn't be an issue. Too much wood for one room. Yeah. That's why I got kicked out of Hooters.
I told you this was the Hooters episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah, you'll have to rename this one, Ray, the Hooters.
Well, you know what? Yeah.
Now everything Rick's there.
Think little blue pill.
Little blue pill.
Well, Randall, you are a little bit on the late side of things. We've been R-rated for quite a while.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say about 20 minutes into the stream.
Yeah.
I like it, Split Rock. Nice. If Sidetrack Sunday lasts longer than 4 hours, consult your physician.
Anthony Dodgers is just...
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. What are you saying, Anthony? We're in the 70s?
Rusty, don't give away my secrets.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Dwayne.
87th. Dwayne. Central.
Mr. Picto. Oh boy. Greg, if you weren't laughing, you're a psychologist.
Randall's got a good one right below it.
Oh.
Wait a minute, what were we talking about? Wait a minute, trains go here. That's right.
There's something about a weed train. I don't know.
Next to the Hooters.
Oh, yeah. That's where the Piccolo is. With Rita.
Oh, God.
Oh, brother.
Or sister. May apply.
Memory loss, I'll never forget the other three.
Jesus. It's the Boebels.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's trying to get us back on track in here.
The track's under a bonfire.
So, Waybills?
Oh, Kyle, if you're just showing up, you got to go back an hour and a half, brother.
Hey, Kyle.
Or at least an hour and 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes, Ray was talking about some Boebel or something.
Jason to change the slaughterhouse to chicken processing. That's just foul.
That actually makes a really good point because then Hooters can get their chicken fingers.
Right?
Well, I told you
but
that.
I thought you were going next door to Big Peckers to get the chicken fingers.
That's right. Yes. I'll be at Big Peckers.
Why did I bring that up? Oh gosh.
We're talking about fritos. Go up one. Look at Sparky's right above.
We can ask Rita because she knows. She's
Wait a minute.
Piccolo.
The chat keeps moving. Hold on. Oh,
finger licking good.
Rusty says, I didn't know chickens had fingers, but I know roosters have nuggets.
Oh,
difference is? You know why a chicken coop's only got 2 doors?
Okay.
The reason why a chicken coop's only got 2 doors is because if it had 4 doors, it'd be a chicken sedan.
Oh.
All right.
Jordan Sparrow.
I better tell that to Sparky, but he was the one that was after the Jordan.
Oh my gosh.
Something about being cheeky or something. I don't know.
Group chat I'm in, we're discussing what to use for gear lube. This is almost as bad as that night that we were on when they were talking about Tom with the toilet thing, and it was the same day that Jason had put in the Gamer and Thrones right after I had issues with the drain. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh boy! Yeah, we need a fire train to cool things down. Oh boy! Here we go. I once told that joke to my dad. Being a car guy, he sat me down and explained that some 2-door cars are actually sedans too.
Oh my God!
Oh. Well, if it had 5 doors, it could be either a station wagon or a hatchback. It might be an SUV these days. Oh. I was trying to get to this one though.
Something burn out. I would see like 3 hours.
3 hours from now. Oh goodness. My mom was looking at my screen. She worked with his mom. No, he still has all of his leaves.
I'm 40 years old and I'm not missing a hair. Or a leaf.
She may have been looking at. She must have been looking at Johnny Fever down there at the bottom.
This is normal.
So, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I try not to crack myself up, but I do.
Read Nessie.
Oh, no.
She's down a couple.
Now, oh, right behind the Nuggets.
You know what?
Question is, what color is the light on the top?
Oh boy!
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I gotta wipe the tears out of my eyes.
I know. I like that. My life track says Nissy J. They're wire nuts.
CP368 was going off that same thing.
Wire the balls. That would hurt.
Oh God.
Oh no. Is it wrong for your chicken fingers to touch your chicken nuggets? Stop letting Rick Bailey brag. There are 2 woodpeckers outside his house who would put up a sign saying, "Not worth the effort."
Nope. Nope. Absolutely right.
Oh boy. And yes, you're right, Manny. This is therapy. There ain't no question about that. Oh, God. Oh. Where else can you hang out for almost 2 hours with this brand of nuttiness? 10,000 comedians out of work, and here, you guys got the 3 of us.
Look at Steve 87. This comment. Oh, of course, that would be my show.
Randall Ellison.
So next week we're going to talk about taking a dump.
One of the things that I'm still trying to figure out, though, is I've never seen a buffalo with wings. I'm trying to figure out where they come from. I did. Oh my gosh! Did you see Niece's comment of what they were talking about? Steve's comment. I tell you, she ain't right.
She ain't right.
she ain't right.
That's them Florida people.
That's why she was late getting in here.
Yeah, Tim, I'm going to have Rita host next week's show. She can tell you all about it.
Please don't ask them what they dip their nuggets in.
I thought we already talked about lube.
Yeah, Bob, she fits in perfect. That's no doubt.
Yes, she does.
Have to wonder if Mr. J is hanging out in the background wondering what in the heck is going on over there.
He's going, what the hell did I let my wife get into?
Mr. Picked we're a bunch of square pegs around holes. Pretty much. Only nuts in this group.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
No, Scott Johnson is laughing. Oh boy, Sparky's still wondering if we're going to have a test on the Boebels. Of course, Roy's still going. He is married to her, so you know it. Sorry, Niecy. Oh my gosh. There was one back up here by Greg. I just booked an appointment at the shrink.
I don't know. This is doing me some good.
I'll be sticking his head.
Oh, go up to the My Tracks Lives. My Life's Tracks. That's it.
Surprised you can see has a
yeah, I saw the one from My Life's Tracks. I'm going to leave that one
the rubber room. Strong's the wrong end.
DC had a reply to that too.
Yeah, she did.
It's battery operated.
Oh.
I wonder if it's N scale or HO.
I don't know. That might not be up to scale. So.
Oh, Greg. The little men in white coats are only taking me to the rubber room.
Wow, that shut real quick.
Oh.
Whoa, where's Dwayne? Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going.
Roy had a reply to your comment there, Rick.
G scale. Oh, God. I think we call that an alternator.
Oh, Lord.
Anthony Dodge said it's the big O scale.
Both scales away. Oh, too much. Too much. Yeah, we'll have to work on that, guys. There's a side chat going on.
There's a side chat going.
Hey, that's reminiscence of a year ago, huh? Run fast. Use your flashers. No, she doesn't want to use her flashers. She might get in more trouble.
Oh. You know what, Roy? My face and my side hurts.
Yeah.
I
needed this.
Yeah.
In the biggest way.
You have no idea.
Greg from Midsummer says O scale must use a lot of batteries. I'm betting they're double D's.
Double D. Oh, I was going to say they were D cells. So.
They're those 6-volt square batteries with the.
I was going to go there too.
Oh yeah, the one with the nipples on the top. All right.
Hello, Tokyo.
Coming Tokyo. I give up. I give up. I surrender. Oh God.
A safe word, Mr. Picklevid. I don't know if there's such a thing with this group.
Right in the tunnel. Hook up the power cord. Die hard, FBI.
Somehow or other, I muted my headphones. I still can't hear anything. What the heck is going on here?
No, Artie, there is no safe word.
No.
There is no safe word. You could use this video.
I still don't hear anything. I don't know what the heck happened.
Can't hear any of us?
What's going on here?
Testing 1, 2.
Oh.
All right, listen.
That's what happened. Yeah, I thought I muted the speakers. No, what I did is I turned the volume all the way down.
Nice.
Oh man. Wait a minute. Is that a YouTube warning on your? No, actually, it was. It's the two of them on the side chat, and then Lynn McCurdy sending me the link to the to that video from Caltran for the fire train.
Wow.
Someone made a comment earlier, a few minutes ago. Eric Creepy said we could use this video at the next NMRA convention. It should wake up a few people, but better than that. Oh God, chat keeps moving. Stop. Steve said NMRA could get more members. I need people to join. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So let's recap what we learned about model trains. I got nothing. Girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
CP360.
I have rechargeable batteries. No rechargeable battery is going to keep up with Nisi.
Good night, Dwayne.
Good night, Dwayne.
Take it easy, Dwayne. Have a good one, buddy.
You can't go to bed yet, Dwayne. Look, it's still light out. Look.
This is like Festivus. We just need to bold move around here and grievances. Oh man. Wait a minute. Did the chat jump?
There we go. Yeah, he's just jumping.
Oh my gosh. With this group, you never know.
Wow, there's still 37 people in here.
Holy
Holy cow, the chat's just going nuts over here.
He's still waiting to have the hoppers explained.
Artie's got his therapist calling him now.
You forgot about the prize giveaway.
Yes.
That's not happening for a while, Sparky.
Not for a while.
Yeah. We got to build them first.
After the 25th video. I came in late and you're still going like the right rabbit.
Anyway, oh brother. Shay's and Scale, that's next week's show.
Wait, what did he say?
He's asking about the hoppers. And then Shay said that's next week's show.
Mr. Piktovid says, if you expect the unexpected, is it actually unexpected?
We
oh my gosh, that's way too deep. This is way too deep for this late in the evening.
He's talking about rabbit holes now, too. I don't know what the heck. Hooters on Hoppers next week. Hey, all right.
Hooters on Hoppers. All right.
Hoppers on Hooters.
I thought Nietzsche covered the hoppers. You know, the little bunnies. Energizer.
Yeah, but she was talking about using her flashers, so I don't know.
Battery operated rabbits. There you go.
I don't know.
I have absolutely nothing for next week's show.
This one's going to be tough to follow, Rick.
Always is. It's terrible. It's terrible. I think we need to change up the lineup. I need to go after John because at least I can,
Oh, we got something that harkens back to the wonderful Monty Python. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Are you suggesting that coconuts migrate?
I thought you were lights on.
Look at carry it by the husk. Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, the show.
Go back to the whole Polly Parrot skit. Hello, Polly.
James said this show was a doubleheader and the rabbit won.
Oh, that's why Nissy was late. Okay.
It's just a rabbit. It's got big fangs.
Oh, now Sparky's confused. What?
What's a Boebel?
What's a Boebel?
That's the receipt that Rita gives you back.
That's because of
night.
Steve. Now for something completely different. Oh, brother.
Oh.
This pirate is past due. If you hadn't have stapled it to the perch, it'd be pushing up the daisies.
Oh, God, it's turned into a Mighty Python show.
Come back here, you silly English connected, so I can pawn you a second time.
Run away, run away. Right now, I'm glad I don't have a parrot. I could just imagine the new things it would learn to say.
The cheese shop. They came in the reefer cars, didn't they?
Oh.
My wife thinks I'm learning a lot about model railroads. Well, no. You're learning about where's my shrubbery. Oh, my God.
We want a shrubbery. We are the knights who say nee.
With the vibrating car.
On the dead rail. That needs batteries.
Just look for the bunny. He's in there.
But watch out for the chicken fingers and the chicken nuggets.
Yeah, there was an explosion. There was an explosion at the cheese factory. It was a monster explosion. There was debris all over the place.
Oh, my God.
Blue cheese for miles away, you know.
Ray, what are we going to do with you? Oh, we got another John here. Thumper for a reason.
Oh, shit.
And welcome in, John Nuffle.
Oh, Nissy, if you don't know where your shrubbery is, you may want to see a doctor. That was Steve.
Oh, my God.
Nope.
Cheese. Does anyone have some Grey Poupon?
Pardon me, sir. Would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? You know, years ago, my father and I, we had this little 14-foot John boat, and we were out fishing one morning, and one of these bigger, like 35, or actually it was more like a 50-foot yacht went past us. And my father, seeing there making the joke, said, I wonder if we should go over there and wrap on the side, because he actually came in and anchored close to where we were fishing. He said, I wonder if we should go over there and wrap on the side of that boat and go, pardon me, sir, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon?
It's next to the bush.
Nissy knows where her shrubbery is. It's next to the bush.
If you trim down the shrubbery, you find the rabbit.
Okay. Anyway.
Wow. Even Opa Dodge said, Ray, that was the worst damn joke ever.
No, Manny, I'm not done yet. I got a little bit left in here.
Oh God.
Yep. I'm gonna have to take a drink after this show.
I think we need to have some serious build crew talks after this show.
Wait, Bill, a car that represents a rail car on the lake. See, now Sparky's trying to derail us. The problem
Why?
is
It's too late.
The problem is we are so far off into the woods. Sorry, Rick. They ain't no bringing us back.
Yep. No.
Nope.
My mother is shaking her head. Oh man. What's worth, Anthony, is there was one day we were out there fishing with one of his best friends, and he asked him if he wanted some coffee, and he said no, Sanka.
Oh my God! Right.
And then my father turned to him and said, "Hey, I had that over Maxwell's house the other night." And it went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Bush Tucker and balls of fire.
Okay, Greg.
Are we talking trains? Nah. We haven't talked trains since 8:15.
Yeah.
Anthony.
It was still light out when we were talking about trains.
And now we're on to dad jokes. Yeah, pretty much.
Didn't start the
But do you know where dad jokes come from?
Dads.
No. Teenagers originate the dad jokes. Okay. I spent last year, about this time, going up to Oregon to visit my oldest daughter, and my grandson came with me, William. Now, he's the one that just verified that dad jokes come from teenagers, because some of the stuff that he was coming up with, I'm going, okay, no wonder we have that kind of material. Comes from these guys.
Not surprised.
What's really funny to me right now is my daughter is working for a retirement community that had been run by sisters for a long time, and there's still a few of them there. They're in their 70s and 80s now. Well, apparently they have the joke of the day, which, if you can imagine, being told that some of these dad jokes being told by a 70 to 80-year-old nun is, to me, is just absolutely hysterical to start off with, that a nun is telling some of these dad jokes. Well, they had one the other day that was, you know why somebody put a cow in an elevator? It was to raise the stakes.
Oh my God.
Good night, Sparky.
Night, Sparky.
What runs faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can catch a cold.
Oh, jeez.
Night, Sparky.
All right.
Well, anyway, we've been at I've got 2 dislikes on this stream. What the heck? Must be the dad jokes.
Yeah.
It's either that or it's our resident naysayer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even sure when they came in.
They just pop in and hit it and go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's still a view.
It's a hit and run.
Yeah.
Yeah, 35. I've actually got 36, 42, 2. So anyway, guys.
37.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool. Hey, Marquis Saunders. Didn't know he snuck in welcome aboard.
Yeah, he slid in here a while back. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I was too busy laughing at some of the stuff that was going on in the chat.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Grandpa Rails, what have you got going on your layout at the moment? Anything new?
Well, we have I don't have all the curves changed out yet, but we're going to 28-inch radius, so the passenger cars and all the longer stuff will flow a lot easier through the curves and no derailments, and putting a little bit longer knuckle couplers on too to kind of help that out.
Gotcha.
And I've got a project here that this is going to become the Spirit of West Virginia.
Nice.
Been working on it for a while. I actually had an accident with it. I had put a sound decoder in and took it out and down to the layout and was trying it out and had the speaker, didn't put the cover on or anything, and I had the speaker, kind of sitting there, and I was going around, and lo and behold, this little bastard, where'd it go? This thing flipped off, and the wires hit the rails and blew the sound decoder out, the sound part out. It's the rest of the decoder works fine. I just lost the soundboard.
Oh.
So I have to get another decoder for that, but just to have the sound, but other than that, it works fine.
Who's got YouTube going?
No, I don't have anything.
Not me.
I heard an echo. Somehow. All right, I don't hear it now.
Yeah.
But I heard an echo at one point, so okay, it's gone.
Echo. Yeah, that's all. I'm kind of working on that, and then.
Cool. Oh my gosh, Tom's trying to catch up.
Tom just came in.
Yeah.
Tom.
Oh gosh. Anyway.
So did we make any headway on the build crew, or we're tabling this for other discussions? What's the deal?
Well, to be honest, Rick, I kind of like what you guys were tossing back and forth in the in the side chat that we were having. We'll have to reach out to that person and see if they would be willing to join the brand of nuttiness that we've got here. That would be unique. There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I would still like to do it, but like I said, the month of September, you might as well I might as well just hang it up. It's not going to happen.
Right.
No problem.
I mean, the earliest that we would probably be able to start something would be October, which in reality may not be an entirely bad thing, because it'll give us time to maybe talk to that person, see if they are willing to do something, and find out what the three or four, maybe even five of us are going to build. But I will say this to the folks that are still left: there's 41 people in here now. My goodness. How the heck am I gaining people? Where the heck? What's going on here? Well, go take care of your dog there, Joe.
All right, later, Joe.
Must have been floating around the rim, and Tom brought him in.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to. I mean, we talked about this when we finished up the bridge build. I would love to do another build with the two of you. I don't know if I can handle it to go ahead and do that again with these two, but it would be, to have maybe a third or a fourth or a fifth person I think it would be unique. And then, like I said, if we come up with something that the five of us agree to, and there's a couple of us that can't use it on our layouts, like I don't know if it was JD or if it was Rick, it may have even been me that brought up, going ahead and just having it, just giving it away on the holiday show.
Yeah.
And like I said, whoever is going to do those, it would just be the basic model. I mean, there wouldn't be any paint or weathering or anything like that. So whoever would win it, they could do whatever they want with it.
Hey, Tom, you'll have to blame that on Rick. He's the tree, and if you got nothing straight, he must have grew crooked. It just.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyway, we already knew Rick was warped. Then again,
Yes, yes.
then again,
That's the best way to say that, Tim. Thank you.
I was going to say the rest of us are probably pretty close to that anyway. So I don't think any of us are. Nope. Like I said very early on, I'm normal. It's the rest of the world that's screwed up. James, we're talking about doing another build show. For those that came in late, when we finished up the bridge guys last year, when we finished the bridge builds, we had talked about the possibility of getting together and with a few other folks in the community and actually doing another build that wasn't a bridge. And unfortunately, for me right now, and believe it or not, it's been a year since we started that whole thing, along with Sidetrack Sunday, the expanded Sidetrack Sunday. But what we're talking about now is becoming the build team or the build guys or whatever. We'll figure out a new name for it. But having a couple other folks come in and doing just like we did with the bridge build, it would be the same kit, 3 or 4, maybe 5 different viewpoints on that kit, and we would premiere that every Sunday as we're going through and building just like we did with the bridge builds. I think it would be unique. I think it'd be cool to do, especially if we can get an N scale. I mean, you got 3 HO scale guys here, although there's nothing saying that if it's not something that the 3 of us could use on our layouts, that we couldn't do an N scale or an S scale or an O scale version of that kit to do a giveaway at the end of the year. That's even a possibility. So, but the biggest issue that we had was trying to find something that was in every scale.
Yeah, that's the tough thing.
That's the tough part. So, we'll dig into it. We'll dig into it. The biggest issue that I've got right now, though, is for the next month and a half or so, I'm going to be doing a lot of night shift work. And I really am not going to have the time to devote to building another kit. I'm kind of glad we did this last year with the bridge, because if this would have happened last year, I would have been up a creek without a paddle. So
you're right, Martin. 4 ways not to build it.
So, you know what, Rick? That's not a bad idea. But why don't we go ahead and kind of really get the idea in place before we start doing that?
Sure.
But that's an idea. We could definitely do that.
That could be a whole separate video. Yeah,
absolutely, with the 3 of us nuts on it.
Mine are pine. They're the big.
James is retired. I'm just retarded, but that's what. Did I say that out loud? Anyway. Yeah, definitely, Martin. 4 ways not to do it. Yeah, well.
Oh, I like Caboose 121's thinking there, but that would be a long show.
Yeah. We're trying to keep this. I mean, here it is. This show's been going on for 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're trying to keep the bridge premieres to 30 to 45 minutes, basically giving each one of us 15 minutes to talk about what we had done. Actually, it was more like 10 minutes and another 10 minutes to sit there and kind of deal with what was going on in the chat, or just an overview of things. But that would be interesting, Caboose. That would be unique.
Oh,
that would be unique.
James Galton's up for it if
I saw that.
So
and Roy is throwing his hat in the ring as well. So
let's see. Greg said he's in a mental home now and he don't want to work. He's retired.
Oh, they put me in the loony bin. So, I mean, I tell you what, we'll go ahead and we'll probably put together a video, and we hope maybe within the next week or so. And we'll put it out there. And if there are folks that are interested, and we'll see how many we get. And, maybe
Yeah.
we could go ahead and we could come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe we could come up with something. And then, like I said, it's basically looking for something that maybe we're going about this the wrong way, guys. Maybe instead of trying to find something that's the same in every scale, finding something that's close in every scale might be
Yeah,
the easier way to go about it.
that would work.
I mean, because like we said before, we were having a heck of a time trying to find something that was in every scale. That's just, yeah. I was in a mental home. They kicked me out for being a bad influence. That reminds me of another saying, but I'm not going to say it on here. So, any rate, Rick, you got anything else going on your layout besides trying to get your bridge straight?
Yeah, there's a few. Well, I was on vacation last week, and
Slacker.
I'm starting to believe what everyone is saying. John was over here doing a whole bunch of work, and I don't think I have a train layout anymore. I think John just was creating this monster in my house. I mean, I'm barely doing anything. Yeah, there's a few updates. There's a few things that have been done. But I'm not going to disclose anything now because then I'll have nothing to talk about next week. So I'm going to hold off. If you don't mind me putting a plug in, next week is the 5th Sunday for, what are we in August? Yeah, 5th Sunday of August, the 29th. Sidetrack Sunday will be right here on the Fultz Bailey Railroad, 8 o'clock. Come check me out. I don't know if John's going to be here or not this week, but
feel like down Periscope, Anyway. So yeah, obviously Sidetrack Sunday is over on Mr. Bailey's channel next week, so don't forget to check that out. That'll be the last show for the month of August, and then we'll be into September and rolling that back over to John, and that's going to be Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be Labor Day weekend for Mr. Schuylkill River Valley John number 2. So anyway, for me, I've got to finish putting my boxcars back away from the Chris's Go Via or Go Home Triple Cat Challenge that Mr. Dave from the Crooked River and Eastern called me out on, and of course I've already done the Hopper Challenge. I've had that. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of coming up with a challenge of my own. So
awesome.
Stick around for that one. Mine is. I know Nancy actually has one going on right now too. That was the passenger train, wasn't it? Is that Nancy's?
No, that's M. Peter LL. That's his.
That's M. Peter LL. Okay. What's Nancy got going on?
I think hers was a manifest train, wasn't it, or something like
that? She was a 1-up challenge. It was a unit train and a mixed manifest. I mean, if you got one main line, she wanted a certain thing. If you have 2 main lines, she wanted to see a couple trains. And if you got 3, running all the trains. So she had something like that going on. I did a video on it yesterday, I think. Okay. I ran a cold train and a mixed manifest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll have to see if anybody's called me out for that one. But I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to probably post a video maybe Wednesday or Thursday this week, and about a challenge.
Oh yeah, and, let's not forget Rusty's. He looks like he's starting a reefer challenge. A reefer challenge.
Yeah.
I'll wait till he posts his and then pick up on that.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't have a problem doing passenger trains. I've got plenty of those. I've got plenty of those. So, daggone it. Chat keeps moving too quick. So, anyway.
Anthony.
Well, you could definitely do M. Peters. I mean, you've got plenty of passenger trains. Poor Anthony. I was actually gonna go ahead and call it, but I was like, no, he probably doesn't have any covered hoppers. And I guess somebody either called him out or he just decided to throw his hat in the ring anyways. So poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Schuylkill River Valley went ahead and made a train with 2 cars and ran it across his layout. The whole 6 feet, because that's all he's got that's running.
Yeah, right.
And poor Jason was the same way. I mean, here it is. He went to put the hopper train together, and Anthony was still behind the backdrop.
Yep.
So, any rate, so basically, yeah, I've got some things to clean up here, and then I'm going to be putting out.
Melvin, I ain't running no reefers. Thinking about rolling one though.
After watching this show, you probably need a little more than that. Anyway.
Here, I got a shot for you right here.
Welcome aboard, Melvin. Oh, boy. Oh, goodness. What's this that Nancy put up? Don't need to be called out. Okay, just do it. All right, cool. All right, well, I'll have to throw something together. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, I was going to say we've been at this for almost 2.5 hours, and I've got meetings tomorrow, and then I got to go in for one of the overnighters tomorrow night. Oh, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. So, any rate, that's basically it. Like I said, don't forget Sidetrack Sunday is next week on Rick's channel. That one there.
That one there.
Better stop doing that, Rick. You're going to end up with splinters.
Is that why it hurts when I wipe?
Oh boy. Any rate. Okie dokie. Anyway, so you all know the deal. Wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. Be safe. God bless. We will see you. Keep your eyes open for challenges and for the build team.
Yeah.
So we will see you all next time.
Help me.